Whether it's the Shack or the Pack, the Moon, the Suns, or the Stars, get into the real things, the authentic stuff. Get into Sports Illustrated Insider Authentics, the catalog that gets you into the game for real. Insider Authentics takes you into the locker room to suit up like the pros. Whatever your team, college or pro, you'll get issued what they get issued. It's exactly what the players and coaches wear. With NFL Pro Line, Major League Baseball's Diamond Collection, NBA Authentics, and the NHL Center Collection. Insider Authentics gives you all the big names in the big games. Apex, Champion, Starter, Russell, and others. They feature the same fabrics, cuts, and logos used by the professional and college teams. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, shorts, and jerseys that can take a pounding and still look like a hero. It's quality that's unbeatable. It's Sports Illustrated Insider Authentics. Call this toll-free number now to get into it with a free catalog. It's where you find all the stuff that's hard to find. It's where you can get into it all without going out. And you get it all on time with express delivery that won't keep you waiting. Plus, you can order the sports videos that capture the excitement of the event, the teams, the stars. You'll also get inside the world of sports celebrities through signed helmets, balls, and covers. These items are limited, so call now for a free catalog. Ask how you can join the Insiders Club and save 10% on all purchases. Plus, you'll receive 2 free videos. Watch for Insiders Authentics ads in Sports Illustrated. Get inside with royalty, the mighty, the biggest, and the best. It's great stuff. Call for a free catalog and get inside with Sports Illustrated Insider Authentics.
Hi, I'm Peter King of Sports Illustrated. Along with my colleague Michael Silver, it's my pleasure to introduce the 1995 Pittsburgh Steelers Video Yearbook.
In this Sports Illustrated special presentation, we're going to give you an exclusive look at Pittsburgh Steelers football, past, present, and future.
And we're going to start with a review of the 1994 Steelers season, a highlight package we call Steel City Fire. And Michael, I'm not sure that there was a team more disappointed at the end of the 1994 NFL season than the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had so counted on getting to the Super Bowl, they had already scheduled a Super Bowl wrap video for the week after the AFC Championship game. What happened to this team, and can it finally get over the hump and get to a Super Bowl?
Peter, I was really looking forward to hearing that Super Bowl video. There were some great rap lyrics in there, and now we'll never know them, for 2 reasons. One, a defense that prides itself on never giving up the big play, gave up one to the San Diego Chargers at a horrible time, Stan Humphries on a deep pass to Tony Martin. But then the offense had a chance to rally the team down the field. Neil O'Donnell, 4th down, throws in the end zone. He did not get it done, and the Steelers have been living with that all offseason. Now, they drafted Cordell Stewart out of Colorado in the 2nd round, but Neil O'Donnell remains the quarterback. He's the guy this year. It's his chance to dispel the doubters.
You know, defensively, the Steelers have lost Dom Capers, their fine defensive coordinator, to the Carolina Panthers as head coach, but they retain continuity, elevating Dick LeBeau from the secondary coach. They're still a big play defense. These are just some of the things we're about to see. For in addition to 1994 highlights, we've also got a preview of the 1995 Steelers season, as well as a special trip down memory lane in our Steelers Classic segment.
That segment will feature a retrospective on the Steelers' first Super Bowl team in 1974 and a profile of the first player ever wired by NFL Films, Steeler linebacker Bill Saul.
So without further ado, Sports Illustrated proudly presents the 1995 Pittsburgh Steelers Video Yearbook.
Here we go, Steelers! Here we go!
Over the years, the Pittsburgh Steelers have become a strong symbol of success in their city. And in 1994, the team reinforced its proud winning tradition and ignited a new fire in its loyal fans.
Clap your hands if you're a Steeler fan! Here we go, Steelers!
This football team is coming into our place. We're standing in our way. And I'm going to tell you something. We'll take anything special from everybody in here. It's 45 guys going out there playing for 60 minutes and playing the way we know how to play, with emotion, with a passion, and relentless for 60 minutes. So let's go, baby. Let's go! Let's go!
O'Donnell, play action fake. He's back, pumps.
Throw it! Throw it!
Throws it long down the left sideline. Got a man down there, and the pass is caught for the Steeler touchdown. Yancey Thigpen pulls it in, and it's a 40-yard bomb. Looks left, nothing there, fires it right. Pass complete. Charles Johnson breaks into the clear. He's at the 40, the 50. Charles Johnson is going to go all the way. He is going, gone. 84 yards for CJ.
Holy moly! Double yoink!
Turn the give to Bam up over the top, and we've got that Steeler touchdown.
Go, Barry! There he goes!
Let's go!
Foster straight up the middle, and he's got a hand of steam. He's at the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. Foster sprints all the way for the Steeler touchdown.
Let's go! Put him away!
We got to line up and play, win the damn game. Get it up.
Come on, man! Come on! Let's break it! Yeah! And the towel is out.
Oh, yeah!
And the towel is surging at Three Rivers Stadium. Feel the power, Myron.
Oh, I can feel that power!
Listen to this crowd. They're on fire.
The Steelers didn't exactly begin the season on fire. In each of their first 4 games, Pittsburgh fell behind by 10 or more points. Twice, they lost games badly, but 2 other times, they were able to battle back for tough wins. In Cleveland in Week 2, the Steelers fell behind 10-0. But an interception by Rod Woodson and 3 more by Darren Perry helped seal the comeback victory.
4th and 16, here it is. Back is Testaverde. Has plenty of time in the prevent. Is going to air out. Oh, we got a wounded duck down there. It'll be picked off by the Steelers at the 10. Here comes Darren Perry with his 3rd of the game. And the Steelers have iced it with 54 seconds left. How about that?
1 week after their first win in Cleveland since 1989, the Steelers showed off a look they hadn't displayed since 1933. Pittsburgh commemorated the NFL's 75th anniversary with throwback uniforms and an old-fashioned ground game that helped erase a 14-0 deficit against the Colts. Barry Foster churned out 179 yards rushing, and Neil O'Donnell threw for 2 scores as the Steelers racked up a whopping 500 yards of total offense. It marked the first big output of the season for the offense and was a sign of O'Donnell's continued development in Ron Earhart's high-percentage system.
In motion toward the formation, and back is O'Donnell. Looks to the end zone, fires, and we've got a Steeler touchdown to Ernie Mills. And firing a perfect strike was quarterback Neil O'Donnell.
With receivers like Ernie Mills, Andre Hastings, and number 82 Yancey Thigpen, O'Donnell was one of the NFL's most efficient passers, as the Steelers threw a league-low 9 interceptions on the season. 2 new targets emerged for O'Donnell in free agent John L. Williams, the team's leading pass catcher, as well as 1994's top draft choice, Charles Johnson, number 81. But the Steelers' true blueprint for success on offense was built around big men up front, like John Jackson, Justin Strelzik, Ariel Solomon, Todd Kalis, and Leon Searcy, bulldozing a path for Barry Foster. Or it was All-Pro center Dermonte Dawson pulling on a sweep for rookie Bam Morris. It was basic power football, and the Steelers did it better than anyone.
Right now, man, right now, we want to secure the line of scrimmage. Okay.
With Foster and Morris each gaining over 800 yards, Pittsburgh led the NFL in rushing offense. And on a Monday night in Week 5, the Steelers' running machine steamrolled the Oilers. Foster barreled for more than 100 of the Steelers' 215 rushing yards, and Bam Morris put the finishing touches on the dominating victory.
Craig Keith in motion to the left, to the give straight over the top is Bam, and Bam flies through the air with the greatest of ease for a Steeler touchdown.
An injury to Foster forced Morris to make his first career start 3 weeks later against the Giants, and the rookie responded with 146 yards and the winning score. After a rocky start to the season, Pittsburgh and its power offense were just getting warmed up, and at 5-2, the Steelers were finally on a roll.
Here we go, all day. If you don't want to play, you're in the wrong house today. Let's go to work.
As the season progressed, the Steelers began to set the tempo of their games with a pounding rhythm of football's most physical defense.
Get it, let's go!
Come on, hit him! Hit him! Hit him! Come on!
The unit once again fed off the fury of Pro Bowl linebacker Greg Lloyd.
Don't run that over here. What the wrong with you? Hey, listen. These can't beat us, and we ain't gonna beat ourselves. That's the name of the game. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Opposite Lloyd was Pro Bowler Kevin Green, the NFL leader with 14 sacks. Football's best pair of outside linebackers led the Steelers all-out assault on the quarterback.
Do not let that damn quarterback out of there. All right?
Pittsburgh became Blitzburgh, and the pressure swarmed in from all over. It came from linebackers Chad Brown and number 99 Levon Kirkland. It came up front from Ray Seals and number 93 Joel Steve. And it came from youngsters like Kevin Henry and rookies Jason Gilden, Ed Robinson, and Brenston Buckner, number 96. It also swooped in from the secondary, where Pro Bowlers Carnell Lake and Rod Woodson, as well as Darren Perry and Dion Figures, all joined Pittsburgh's relentless attack on the passer. The steel trap defense led the NFL with 55 sacks, a new Steelers team record. As a unit, the defense ranked number 1 in the AFC, as it refined the art of stripping the ball carrier and took control of games by simply manhandling opponents.
This Steeler defense is brutal. That's an national card.
Yeah, baby. That's Steeler defense.
The defense received national exposure on a Monday night in Week 11, with one star in particular shining brightest.
Kelly takes the snap, 3-step drop, fires it out to the right, picked up by Woodson. He's got green carpet. Rod Woodson
Rod Woodson later struck again to seal the win.
Kelly straight back. For a sack at the 2-yard line. And a fumble. We've got a Steeler touchdown.
1 week after the primetime win, an unlikely Steeler stepped into the spotlight against the Dolphins. Starting in place of an injured Neil O'Donnell, backup Mike Tomczak threw for a career-high 343 yards. And when the game went to overtime, kicker Gary Anderson continued his stellar season with a game winner.
The snap is down. Anderson's kick is on its way. It's long enough. It's high enough. And this game is over. The Steelers win.
The following week, Tomczak once again came through in the starting role.
Straight back is Tomczak. He looks. He has time. He fires the pass wide open at the 15, the 10. Going for the corner of the end zone, and the Steeler touchdown is Yetzi Thigpen.
But it was the performance of the defense that was truly overwhelming, as the Steelers' 5 sacks helped earn their first win over the Raiders in 10 years. It was the type of victory that had people taking notice of the 9-3 Steelers, and a defense to be reckoned with the rest of the season. It was the steady guidance and fiery emotion of third-year head coach Bill Cowher that kept the 94 Steelers on their charted course.
Tempo is something that we have to create, we have to maintain, but first of all, we got to start it. And let's do it with this kickoff, baby. Let's go. Watch a bootleg! Bootleg!
You feel that he's walking right down the dark alley with you.
That's the way you cover. That's the way you cover. That's the way you cover. Best in the National Football League.
I mean, you got to really enjoy his energy.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right now. That's it. That's kickoff coverage at its finest.
He gets excited about good plays and ticked off about bad plays.
That's dumb. You gotta think.
He understands that in the course of a game, you're going to have to make adjustments, and things like that. You're going to have some bad play, but what you have to understand is that that play is gone. Get ready for the next play.
Well, the worst thing you can do is start thinking about it. It's a natural thing, and you can't control what just took place. You cannot go back in time. You can't twitch your nose and say, okay, it's going back. Let's forget about it now. Let's go. A lot of football. Keep your head up. You know who you have to get. Don't worry about the last one. You just look it in. Hold on to the football. We are playing good right now on defense. I want to make sure you understand that. Hey, listen, but you can't control that, Greg. You can't control what took place. The one thing we can't control is for the next quarter and a half is dominate their ass. Hey! Let me tell you something. When going up tough, I'm going to send your pass, man. That's a big-time play. That's why I wanted you to do it, man.
Cowher's enthusiasm was contagious with his fellow coaches.
Live it, love it, enjoy yourself on the greatest moments in your life, fellas.
First-year special teams coach Bobby April infused a new energy into coverage men like Willie Williams, Steve Avery, Jeff Scanina, Craig Keith, and Myron Bell. Rookie Charles Johnson made an impact as a return man, and his 71-yard run back with the opening kickoff in Week 14 set the tone for a dominating win over the Bengals.
Blake is back, and he has plenty of time, and he fires a pass. Picked off! Here comes Rod Woodson! See you later!
Rod Woodson's score and a Jonathan Hayes touchdown catch put the finishing touches on the Steelers' 5th straight victory, and they look to run the streak to 6 against the Eagles. Kevin Green and the defense literally blew away the Eagles' offense.
This towel's dirty. Don't let no one touch that towel.
In a flurry of fourth-quarter action, the Steelers scored twice to secure another hard-fought victory.
Down the middle, a man open, touchdown Steelers! With that football is Andre Hastings!
There's a belief on this team that matches none. We said from the very beginning, this was going to be an all-day proposition. And it wasn't pretty at times, but that seems to be the motto of our football team. It isn't pretty, find a way, and let's get it done. It's a hell of a job, keep it in perspective, and I think we play Cleveland next week.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here in Pittsburgh today, it's the Steelers versus the Cleveland Brownies. The big showdown today, the Steelers with a chance to wrap up the division title and the home field advantage in the playoffs. The Brownies coming in tough for sure. Deck the halls with Modell's meatballs.
In their biggest game of the regular season, the Steelers came out firing and scored on their first 2 possessions to build a 14-0 lead.
To give to Foster, he goes up over the top. Does he break the plane of the goal line? The answer is yes. Steeler touchdown. Barry Foster.
Oh, boy, is this Steeler offense clicking.
Do not take these guys lightly. Turn the game up. Let's go out there and let's do what we've been doing all day. They don't beat us if we don't give them sheep, all right?
The Steelers gave the Browns nothing as Chad Brown's interception set up a critical field goal. And in the game's final seconds, the defense rose up to secure the team's second division title in 3 years.
4th down and goal with 31 seconds left, 2 yards away. Lofts it for the right corner of the end zone, and it's broken up there in a big pile of bodies. And the steel trap has sprung again. And this place has gone crazy. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the champions of the American Football Conference Central Division and have clinched home field for the playoffs.
The city was burning bright in the glow of its championship football team.
Come on.
The red-hot Steelers now seemed primed for the postseason. Pittsburgh was ablaze in black and gold for the start of the playoffs. An unprecedented 3rd meeting of the season with the arch-rival Browns.
One play at a time. For 60 minutes, we control the tempo in our home, baby. Let's go.
The offense pounded Cleveland early and often for 238 yards on the ground.
Go, baby! Go, baby!
Foster waits and breaks up over the 40. 45, first down to the 50, 45, 40. He's got the Steeler first down.
Give it to John L.
3rd and 2 at the Cleveland 26. The give is to the fullback, and that's John L. He's got first down to more. 20, 15, 10. There goes John L. Williams breaking out of the pile and going for the Steeler touchdown.
You know they're going to be coming. That's right. You know they're going to be coming on blitz, so hey, just know about it.
The Steelers opened a 24-3 halftime lead.
Back is O'Donnell on 3rd and he takes it and he throws it into the end zone for the Steeler touchdown. Pulling it in is Yancey Thigpen, and this place is in a frenzy. This crowd has gone nuts.
Look at Yancey with that terrible towel that he carries in his hand warmer. He gets right off the ground, waves his towel, does a little minor dance with it.
The terrible towel has been poised and has struck.
In the 4th quarter, the defense finished the job.
Here's Vinny in the end zone. He's trapped. He's going to be hit. Safety. Darnell Lake has him. And down goes Vinny for a 2-pointer. And the Steelers advance to the AFC Championship game.
It's a hell of an effort, and we ought to enjoy it. Let me tell you something. We still have to accomplish something. That's right. We got a hell of a thing right now, and an opportunity. Next week, same place, same time. And I don't care who we play.
The first AFC Championship played in Pittsburgh in 15 years looked like it might be a runaway for the Steelers early on. The offense scored on its first possession, and the defense came down hard on Stan Humphries and the Chargers. But after dominating all afternoon, the Steelers somehow found themselves trailing by 4 in the final minutes when Neil O'Donnell led a furious march toward the end zone. On the day, O'Donnell set an AFC championship record with 32 completions, and he passed for 349 yards. But it was the final 3 yards that ultimately decided the Steelers' season.
4th down and goal. It all rides on one play. Under center is O'Donnell on 4th down. He's back.
There's a natural tendency sometimes to think that if we show up, we're at a level that puts us above other people, and that's not necessarily the case. We got where we're at because we worked hard. We understood our limitations. We understood the extra steps that you had to take, whether it be in a work ethic on the field as well as off the field, the decisions you have to make.
Starts with this. For this football team, it's an all-day proposition. Let's get after their ass.
This city is made up of people who understand what hard work is all about. They appreciate nothing being taken for granted and having to work for everything that you got. And that's how we play the game. We're an extension of this city. We're an extension of the fan that comes out here and watches us play on Sunday.
Let's go, Pittsburgh!
It's a physical approach to the game. It's a blue-collar approach to the game, and we think that's what typifies the Pittsburgh Steelers and the city of Pittsburgh.
In 1994, the Steelers' strong work ethic and tireless dedication put them back among the elite of pro football. Pittsburgh's proud tradition of success lives on in these men, who are now looking to build their own legacy of greatness. A fire is burning bright in Pittsburgh. A fire rekindled by a championship season and stoked by the promise of greater things to come. It is the bright glow of a Steel City fire. Three yards. That's all that separated the 1994 Pittsburgh Steelers from the Super Bowl. And now one has to wonder if the 1995 Steelers can travel those extra 9 feet to football's biggest game. Many believe the key lies in Neil O'Donnell and what he must do to become a championship quarterback.
I think the Neil O'Donnell who you saw for 6 to 8 weeks in mid to late season last year is exactly the Neil O'Donnell that the Steelers need to have to be a Super Bowl team. Neil O'Donnell needs to be a 62% passer, throwing intermediate and short balls and the occasional long bomb to Charles Johnson. And he needs to be a guy who plays mistake-free quarterback.
O'Donnell will look to connect more not only with second-year receiver Charles Johnson, but also with 1995 first-round draft pick tight end Mark Bruner, who will try to fill the immense shoes of Eric Green. Last year's Steelers Rookie of the Year, number 33 Bam Morris, hopes to continue to make big strides in his second season. The Steelers' ball control attack will also feature a new face in Eric Pegram, a 1,000-yard back for the Falcons in 1993. Whoever carries the ball, the Steelers will continue to play the same blue-collar, smash-mouth football on offense as they do on defense. Pittsburgh can expect another big year from one of football's top defenses. A unit filled with big hitters and star performers like electrifying cornerback Rod Woodson.
Woodson takes chances, and a lot of people don't like that in a cornerback. They want him to never get beat, which is impossible. They want him to be sound, give up the 10, 15-yard completion if he has to. Woodson carries himself with such a strong aura that he just doesn't believe he should ever get beat. He's so good and so quick and able to make up for a lost step here or there that he will take chances. He's a guy who's going to help you win as a return guy or on defense. And along with Deion Sanders, he's the most exciting defensive player in the game today.
Another key is linebacker Kevin Green.
What to run?
The thing that he has is the ability to rush the passer and not be denied. He's relentless. I think from 89 to 92, there was a 4-year period where he had more sacks than Lawrence Taylor.
Green is part of the best outside linebacking tandem in football. His partner in destruction is Greg Lloyd.
I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. You going down?
Greg Lloyd gets overlooked because he plays on the same defense as Rod Woodson and Kevin Green, who gets more sacks, but I'm not sure that he is not the best player on that defense. He is everything you'd want an outside linebacker to be. He puts great pressure on the quarterback. He never stops. He can cover anyone coming out of the backfield, and he is superb in the locker room. I just love watching Greg Lloyd play.
These columns are not as good as we are, all right? One play at a time, but keep bringing the damn heat. That's what it's all about, all right?
That's the way you cover.
Lloyd's intensity is matched by head coach Bill Cowher.
Best in the National Football League.
The players love to play for him. They can tell how much he cares, and I think along with that emotional style, he also brings a very solid knowledge of football and a very calm sort of leadership.
Back up, that way you can start to fan, you can get some momentum into the coverage. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You have to win games like this, Rod. I'm telling you, if you want to be a championship team,
yeah.
defense has to win sometimes. They can always be pretty on offense.
Yep.
I think he will get a team to the Super Bowl. He very well could have last season. He may this season.
Timeout.
What will happen if the Steelers are once again 3 yards away from the Super Bowl?
O'Donnell takes after the long count in his back, looking for the end zone. The pass is caught for the touchdown, and the Steelers punch it in. Listen to this crowd. What a great moment at Three River Stadium.
Maybe this year, the Super Bowl dream will come true.
Okay, here we go. Move to it, under, weak gut.
Although Bill Saul wasn't exactly a marquee name among NFL linebackers, he proved to be an ideal choice for our first ever wiring because he had a voice that recalled a B-movie gangster, and then there was the way he looked.
He had a face not unlike the guy they call Lurch on the Addams Family.
He, of course, looked a little bit like Herman Munster. And, of course, no one ever said to Bill Saul that he looked a little bit like Herman Munster. I'm sure right now he looks like a movie star.
There you go.
Today, Bill Saul is a popular bartender at the Emerald Tavern in Parkville, Maryland. And recently, we wired him again to get his recollections about the day he made NFL Films history.
They actually put the mic right in the middle of my shoulder pads. It was actually, right there. And from then on, they just said, be yourself.
Keep it up, stick them mothers. Stick it down her ear.
I was never known as Mr. Nice Guy, so I'm sure there were a few beeps.
Hit the cannon, boy. I was trying to go outside, for sake.
Bill Saul did not act in that film. Bill Saul did not do a Sam Huff in the violent world of Sam Huff. I always thought Huff knew that he was wired. I think Bill put the wire on and he forgot about it. That's just the way that Bill Saul played.
Over! Right!
There was no, I'm going to do this for the camera or anything. That's the way he was out there.
He wasn't in. All right, okay. Good call, good call. Hell of a call.
Bill Saul was a typical middle linebacker of the 50s and 60s. Hard-nosed, had a mean streak in him.
Not one of those guys. Mitchell, Taylor, or Smith like to get hit. They stick them every chance you get. The other side of the scrimmage line has different uniforms, and you just want to wrap them as hard as you can. The 24 is a little let's wrap him. I didn't have anything particularly against that guy, except back then you wanted to stuff everybody. Whoever had the ball, let's take his head off. Someone asked me one time, they said, Bill, what would happen if your mother was carrying the ball for the other team? And I said, if she had on a different colored uniform, I'd have to, sack her. And of course, she didn't talk to me for a year, but that's beside the point. All right, you have a red left. I was slow. Hell, we used to run a 40-yard dash. They would time me with an hourglass. Like 4, 4, 4, 5. I couldn't even, I'd be lucky to do a 5-4. But I think the biggest thing, I didn't back off from anybody. Okay, let's go, babies.
He was not that tough, but he thought he was, which is real important. He said, do you think there's anybody in the league I can't whip? And I said, well, you can't whip me, let alone, there's got to be hundreds of guys you can't whip. And he said, no, seriously. And he really believed it. I mean, he could physically beat up with his hands, anybody in a fist fight in the entire National Football League. There was 1,200 guys, and that was totally out of reality. He would always crush the blocker. He would be beating the blocker to death. And I said, Bill, you're missing the point. You get the guy with the ball. That guy ran right by you, but he was so intent on whipping the blocker.
Move to it.
I think he was a natural leader, and being the middle linebacker, he constantly motivated the rest of the team.
Andy, let's get one. All right, Marvin, let's go, Marv, baby. You're good, baby.
First called the signals and made the corrections, made the changes.
Shift!
He was a very smart player, made no mistakes, a real force in terms of his personality, and we all loved him. He was not, soft and fuzzy.
Let's go, stick him. You have a brown line.
He was a rough character, and he took his sensitivity training in the National Football League, and sometimes you're rather abrupt with people and not worrying about their feelings.
Oh, Bobby.
The part I love the best, he was walking off the field, and some little kid comes running up to him and says, Mr. Saul, can I have your autograph? He says, get out of here, kid. He says, the management doesn't allow us to do that kind of stuff.
Thank you. We're not allowed, boys. We're not allowed. Don't bug me. Everyone that watches that film thinks that kid was asking me for an autograph. Well, that is not the case at all. He was asking for a piece of equipment, and we weren't allowed, of course, to give anything like that. And I've had to probably explain that 2,000 times to people that it was not an autograph, because I want to go on record as saying I never refused a kid an autograph. I know I wasn't in the limelight as much as Butkus or Nitsky or even Tommy Novus, and I was sort of surprised that they picked me out, to do the wiring. Watch your pass.
To me, he's the real NFL. He's the guy that was down in the pits getting a tough job done and receiving very little publicity. So they made an interesting choice, because I think they chose Saul because they thought it would be more interesting to show someone who was having problems, being blocked occasionally and having the difficulties that real players have. Not, if you just see a superstar, he's always winning every little contest.
Get up easy on your own. Thank you.
Come on, let's block.
It's just the basic, tough character that the NFL loves.
Keep it up, stick them mothers. Stick it down their ear.
More than 40 years of Steeler frustration melted away in the final seconds of Super Bowl IX. For years, they had laid the foundation for this moment. And just 9 months earlier, they had added the final missing pieces in the greatest draft by any team ever.
Pittsburgh on the first round selects Lynn Swann, wide receiver, Southern California.
We took Lynn Swann in the first round, then we came back and took Jack Lambert in the second round. We did not have a third, And so John Stallworth lasted all the way to the 4th. We took John with an early 4th pick, and then we took Mike Webster in the 5th.
It's the greatest draft class in the history of the league. We had 17 rookies, 17, make this football team. And we go on to a Super Bowl.
When Steelers veterans sat out the start of training camp due to the NFL players' strike, head coach Chuck Noll was able to pay special attention to his prize crop of rookies.
Because of the strike, we had our own identity. So when the veterans came in, they came in to our training camp. And we told them as much. And then the rest was just, let's play football.
With a blend of confident rookies and hungry veterans, the Steelers' formula for success was simple. Dominate on defense and grind it out on offense with Franco Harris. Their quarterback situation, however, was a bit more complicated. Third-year man Joe Gilliam started the first 6 games of the season ahead of Terry Bradshaw. But despite his 4-1-1 record, Gilliam just wasn't the right man for this offense.
Eventually, they benched Gilliam and gave the ball back to Bradshaw because they couldn't get him to stop throwing the football. He wanted to throw the ball every play.
Bradshaw's early season demotion came at a point in his young career when he still lacked confidence and struggled with his imperfections on the field.
Well, I didn't mean to play bad. I didn't want to play bad. Are you kidding me? I wanted to play good. I wanted everybody to like me. That was one of my problems. I wanted to be everything to everybody. And God, it was incredible what I allowed it to do to me. Damn near destroyed me. It really did.
Get around, just slow down so I can hit you like a hook. Okay. And we got all kind of running room. Yeah.
But Bradshaw's leadership eventually took hold. And in the playoffs, he guided the Steelers past the Bills and into the AFC Championship.
Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl.
Standing in the Steelers' way were the Oakland Raiders, who had just shocked the 2-time defending Super Bowl champion Dolphins.
John Madden, at the time was the coach, said that the best 2 teams in the National Football League had played today, and this was the Super Bowl. Tuesday when we met, Chuck said, I got news for you. Super Bowl hadn't been played yet, and the best team in the National Football League is sitting right in this room. Well, I tell you, to a man, we probably all jumped out of the seat. The words were important, but it was who it was coming from that was more important. When Chuck made the speech, the game was won. Wasn't played, need another 5-6 days. The game was won that day. Bottom line, they didn't have a chance. The state of mind that our football team was in that day, we could have beaten them at 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock.
Maybe in a real sense, they thought they had won the Super Bowl, but they weren't there. They had to go through Pittsburgh, and we rejected their visas.
That was the game that put the Pittsburgh Steelers on their way. That was the game that made us true champions and true believers in what we could do.
Beating the Vikings in Super Bowl IX was a mere formality. It was the completion of what they had built through the years and solidified on draft day. All the pieces were finally in place, and the Steelers were finally champions.
World champion, #1!
When Pete Rozelle gave that trophy to Mr. Rooney, I don't think there was a dry eye in the house. You know, we all just felt so good for him.
For the city, it was something to hang their hat on. It was a time for the city to stand up and be counted and to be recognized for who they are and what they've done. And the Super Bowl happened to be their calling card.